Thinking of migrating to Australia in 2025, but not sure if your points are enough to get you invited? You're not alone. The competition is tougher than ever, and the cutoff scores have just changed again. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what scores are getting invited right now, what the real numbers look like behind the scenes, and what you need to do to stay ahead. If you're serious about getting PR in 2025, keep watching, because this could be the most important update you hear all year.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we cover everything about Australia, visas, immigration updates, and PR strategies. Today, we're talking about something super important, the PR points cutoff scores for 2025. If you're planning to apply this year or even next year, this video will help you understand where you stand, what scores are getting invitations, and how you can boost your chances. So stick around till the end and feel free to drop your questions in the comments. I'd love to hear what your current point score is and what you're aiming for. Now, let's begin by understanding the basics, the minimum points required to lodge an expression of interest, or EOI, for a skilled visa like Subclass 189 or 190 or 491 is still 65 points. That number hasn't changed. However, and this is important, just having 65 points is not enough to guarantee an invitation, and in many cases, it's not enough to get noticed at all. The real competition begins much higher. Over the past 12 months, we've seen a significant increase in the number of applicants, particularly in popular occupations like IT, engineering, accounting, nursing, teaching, and other healthcare professions. Because of that, the practical cutoff points, the scores where applicants are actually getting invitations, has moved much higher than before. And that's what we're seeing in 2025. For example, in the General Skilled Migration Program Subclass 189, the invitations being issued are generally going to candidates with 85 points and above. In some competitive occupations, the required scores are even higher. In many cases, people are getting invitations only if they have 90 to 95 points, for example, in software engineering. And certain engineering occupations, it's now common to see the cutoff score at 95 points or even higher in the latest rounds. For occupations that are less competitive, such as some allied health roles or certain regional occupation lists, the scores may be slightly lower but still above the basic 65. In most cases, you're looking at a range of 75 to 85 points to be in a realistic position to get invited. For Subclass 190, which is a state-nominated visa, you do get 5 additional points from the nomination itself. And for Subclass 491, which is a regional provisional visa, you get 15 extra points. But even with those bonus points, your base score needs to be strong because the competition is tough and states have become more selective in who they nominate. Let's talk about the key components of the point system and how they affect your overall score, and also how these components have changed slightly in 2025. First, we have age. If you are between 25 and 32 years old, you get the maximum points for age, which is 30 points. This is the ideal bracket, and most competitive applicants fall into this category. If you're slightly older or younger, your score drops. For example, someone between 33 and 39 gets only 25 points, and after 40, the points drop even further. So your age is one of the most critical factors, and unfortunately, it's one you can't really control. But it does remind you of the importance of applying as early as possible. Next is English language proficiency in 2025. The government has emphasized English skills even more strongly than before. If you can demonstrate superior English through a test like IELTS, PTE, or OET, you can gain up to 20 points. That means scoring a Band 8 or equivalent across all components of your chosen English test. Even if you have proficient English, you only get 10 points, which may not be enough to stay competitive. So if you're currently sitting at proficient level, you should really consider retaking the test and aiming for that superior level. Then comes work experience. Both overseas and Australian experience are counted for overseas skilled employment. You can get up to 15 points if you have 8 or more years of experience in your nominated occupation. But if you've worked in Australia, you get even more weight for your experience, up to 20 points for 8 years or more. So, anyone who is working in Australia right now should aim to build and document that experience carefully. It will add a lot of points to your application. Education also plays a key role. Holding a bachelor degree gives you 15 points. A master's degree also gives you 15. But if you have a doctorate from an Australian institution or a recognized international university, you can get 20 points. Additionally, those who studied in Australia may also be eligible for extra points if their qualification meets Australian study requirements or if they studied in a regional area. Another important factor is the partner skills section. If your partner has competent English and a positive skills assessment in an occupation on the same skilled occupation list, this can give you 10 additional points. If your partner only has competent English but no skills assessment, that still gives you 5 points. In 2025, the Immigration Department has also maintained the rule where single applicants receive an automatic 10 points as well. This makes the point system a bit more balanced for single people compared to couples. Studying or living in a designated regional area of Australia is also highly rewarded in the current system. If you studied and lived in regional Australia for at least 2 years, you can gain extra points. This is especially useful for those who are applying for Subclass 491 or seeking state nomination from regional states and territories. Professional year programs completed in Australia, engineering, or it can also earn you 5 extra points, and many applicants take advantage of this after finishing their studies. State and territory nomination is another area that can significantly boost your points. For Subclass 190, you get 5 points, and for Subclass 491, you get 15 points from the nomination. States and territories have their own criteria and occupation lists, so it's crucial to research each one and tailor your application accordingly. Now, let's talk strategy. If your total score is below 80, it is highly recommended to look into ways to increase it. Aiming for 85 or 90 gives you a more realistic chance, especially if you're applying in a high-demand occupation. First, try to improve your English score, as this is the easiest area to gain quick points. Next, consider regional study or applying for a regional visa if you are eligible. Also consider how your partner can contribute to your score through either English or skills assessment. You should also look at your work experience critically. Ensure that all your employment is properly documented and aligns with your nominated occupation. If you have informal or freelance work that is relevant, you may still be able to claim points for it with proper evidence, including contracts, payslips, and reference letters. Planning your education can also help if you're still a student or considering studying in Australia. Choose courses that lead to occupations on the medium and long-term strategic skills list. This gives you a pathway to more points and stronger chances of nomination or invitation after graduation. Let's look at a sample applicant profile. Someone aged 28, has a master's degree in computer science, has superior English, 5 years of overseas experience, 2 years of work experience in Australia, has completed a professional year, and their partner has competent English, plus they studied in a regional area of Australia. Their points would look like this. Age, 30 points. English, 20 points. Overseas work experience, 10 points. Australian work experience, 10 points. Education, 15 points. Regional study, 5 points. Professional, year 5 points. Partner English, 5 points. State nomination. This kind of profile would be very competitive in 2025 and would likely receive an invitation fairly quickly depending on the occupation ceiling and the number of other applicants. In contrast, someone with 65 points without regional study, without strong English or Australian experience, and in a non-priority occupation may not get an invitation at all, even after waiting for many months. The bottom line is that you need to be proactive in identifying areas where you can increase your score and plan your application strategy accordingly. Also keep in mind that the skilled migration program in Australia is dynamic. The Department of Home Affairs may introduce changes to occupation lists, points test rules, nomination criteria, and English test requirements at any time. So staying informed is essential. Subscribe to official updates, follow immigration news, and consult with a registered migration agent if you need personalized advice. Now, a quick word on the expression of interest, or EOI, itself. Many applicants make the mistake of submitting their EOI once and then forgetting about it for a year. This is not ideal. You should update your EOI whenever something changes, whether it's a new English test result, updated work experience, an additional qualification, or changes in your partner's status. Every change can impact your points and possibly move you up the queue. Also, make sure your skills assessment and English test results are valid and not expired, as they are both time-sensitive documents. If your English test expires while your EOI is still in the pool, you may become ineligible for an invitation without even knowing it. Finally, let me say this. The Australia PR point system is tough in 2025, but it is still achievable with the right planning, preparation, and persistence. Thousands of people receive invitations every year, and with a smart approach, you can be one of them. The key is to understand how the system works and then do everything you can to put yourself in the strongest position possible. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this video made things clearer and helped you figure out where you stand in the 2025 PR race. Remember, the system is competitive, but with the right planning, you can absolutely make it happen. If this video helped you even a little, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more updates just like this. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below with your point score or any questions you have. I reply to as many as I can, and it really helps. Build a community where we can all support each other. Good luck with your PRA journey, and I'll see you in the next video.